Mr. Speaker, I move that the House accept the majority ought to pass as amended by Committee Amendment A.
Representative from Regional, Representative Hassifus moves the House to accept the majority ought to pass as amended report. Chair recognizes Representative from Blue Hill, Representative Milliken.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to request a roll call and speak briefly to my
Representative from Blue Hill, Representative Milliken requests a roll call. Sufficient number requesting roll call. Roll call is in order. Member may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am going to do my very best to speak about this bill without making any jokes, but I make no promises about how successful I'll be in that endeavor. This bill would establish a new civil offense in Maine law whereby if I went to a grocery store to purchase whipped cream for the purpose of huffing the gas that is in the whipped cream can, and the store clerk knew I intended to huff that gas, and they still sold it to me, they could be charged with a civil penalty of $250. I have looked at all of our civil and criminal statutes, and this, not all of them, there's a great deal of them, but there are 14,000 civil statutes and criminal statutes in this state, half of which have never been used. I expect that if this bill were to pass, this would add to that list, because though maybe I have never done a whip-it myself, I cannot expect that most people who would go in to buy whipped cream containers for the purpose of huffing the gas are telling the cashier that that is what they intend to do with the whipped cream. I think that this bill, frankly, is kind of a waste of time. It's not going to be used. I ask you to follow my light because when a bad bill comes along, you must whip it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
House will be in order. Pending questions, acceptance of the majority ought to pass as amended report. Is the House ready for the question? Chair, open the vote. Sergeant, secure the chamber. First call of absentees. 3 members who have not yet voted. 4 members who have not yet voted. Three members who have not yet voted. One member has not yet voted. Have all now voted? Chair, close vote. Clicker on toll. Chair will announce the vote. 50 voting in the affirmative, 93 in the negative. Motion fails. Chair recognizes Representative from Reedfield, Representative Hassenfuss.
Mr. Speaker, I move the ought not to pass report.
Representative from Reedfield, Representative Hassenfuss moves the House to accept the minority ought not to pass report. Is this the pleasure of the House? It's a vote. It will be sent to the Senate. Is objection to all matters acted on being sent forthwith, with the exception of matters being held? Hearing none, order sent forthwith. Divided report.
Item
Chair,
successor
Representative from Newcastle, Representative Cross, pursuant to the committee report, be sent to this